Welcome to today's video where we are going to create this look and another one using the Christmas Eve palette from Odens and do the very first Christmas giveaway on my channel. If those things sound like fun, then just keep watching. Hi, if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Heather Eaglin. I love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands. If you guys love those things too, then I hope you will subscribe and click the little bell so you can be notified of all my future uploads. The Odens Christmas Eve palette retails for $43.90. It is a 16 color eyeshadow palette. It contains 8 mattes, 1 multichrome, and 7 shimmer shades. Unfortunately, this palette is still out of stock, and I haven't heard any other information about the restock. But I seen last night that Gourmet Girls is releasing a new palette today on December the 3rd, and that palette looks so similar to this, so it might be a good replacement if you're looking at this color story and you're in love with it. As for what's on my face, I'm wearing the ColourPop lip liner in the shade Clarice and the cream lipstick in the shade Clarice. I'm wearing my Glamlite Sugar High highlighter, my Odens blush in the shade Warm Sun, and I'm wearing my Full Fantasy blush palette in the shade Sandbar on my cheeks. We will talk more about the Christmas giveaway after the first look, and I will also have all the rules and everything linked in the comment section down below and in my description box. I started out this look using my Singe Beauty EL1, and I went into the shade Ice Crystal, which is just a light gray matte, and I've just placed that on the inner corner. Now using my Sigma E54 medium sweeper, I went into the shade Christmas Eve, which is just a dark blue matte shade, and I'm just pressing that into the outer corner where I want it placed, and then I'll go back in and blend that shade out. To blend out that shade, I'm using a medium blending brush. This one is from the BH Cosmetics collection. I'm pretty sure it came from the Jeweled collection. Now I'm going back into the shade Christmas Eve with that E54 medium sweeper brush, and I'm just going to re-intensify that shade some and build back the true color and the depth in the outer corner. Let me know down below if you guys were able to pick any of these palettes up or if you bought them last year. I hope everyone who wanted them was able to get them. But I don't know. I think they might be doing a restock, though. I'm just not entirely 100% sure. Now I'm using my Singe Beauty EO3. It's a large blending brush. And I went into the shade Nightfall. It's a cool tone, light blue shade. It's very pretty. It did a great job in blending out that darker shade. Now going back into the shade Ice Crystal with the Singe Beauty EL1, I'm just deepening up that light gray shade some, and I'm trying to make it blend in with the blue. Now I'm going in with that medium blending brush, and I'm going back into the Christmas Eve shade, and I'm just trying to deepen it up and get it to blend out into the blue until I'm happy with it. You got to be really easy with blue shades, as a lot of us may know. Some people don't. If you blend them too much, you will muddy them up. And you can kind of see that in the beginning, which is why I like to go back and forth the way that I do. Now I've just went back in with that large blending brush from Singe Beauty, and I went back into the shade Nightfall, and I just went over the very edges of that. Now using a detailed blending brush. This one is the Sigma E27 from the Alice in Wonderland collection, and I just went back into the shade Christmas Eve. I really like this brush because the way that it's slanted, it makes it really easy for you to blend it out and really get that precise blending that you may be looking for. Now I went back into the shade Nightfall, which is that light blue, and I just did that with a medium blending brush, and I just blended on the edges. Now I'm using that same brush, and I've just mixed the shades Christmas Eve and Nightfall to try to make the blend look even better without it getting muddy. It's just the Nightfall shade is very light and the Christmas shade is very dark. So that was a really good way for me to get it blended the way that I liked. Now using my Singe Beauty EL4, I went back into the shade Nightfall, and I'm just sweeping that along my lower lash line and trying to press it on to just build up that color until I'm happy with the level of opacity that I'm getting. I do set my under eyes with setting powder, so that makes it a little hard to build up those lighter pastel-like shades. But now I'm going back in with that same brush. I just wiped it off with my Sigma Switch. I'm going into that light gray matte. The shade is called Ice Crystal. And I'm just pressing that into the front portion of my lower lash line. And I'm using it to also blend out the edges of the blue. Now using a small smudging brush. This one is from Do Color. I'm going back into that dark blue Christmas Eve shade, and I'm just pressing that on my lower lash line and my outer corner. I like to do my lower lash line as the last step because you can kind of connect it into that outer V shape, and I like the look that it gives my eye look. Now going back in with my Singe Beauty EL4, I haven't added any product. I just used it to blend out that darker blue shade. Now we're picking up my NYX glitter glue, and with that I'm using a BH Cosmetics flat packing brush. This is from the Say It collection. I think I mentioned these in a video before. I got these from TJ Maxx. It's one of my favorite places to buy really good brushes at a really affordable price. Now I'm going into the shade Gorgeous, and that's a great shade name for this. It is a pink, purple, blue shifted multi-chrome with, it has a gold shift. It's not in the description on the site, but I really love the gold shift that this has. It makes it to where it will go with any of these shades in the palette. Now using the other side of that brush, I'm going into the shade Blue Star, and this is a dark blue shimmer, but it has really light blue glitter flakes in it, and it is so pretty. I've just pressed that on my lid between that first Gorgeous shade and my mattes that I have placed there. And I wanted to use the gray because I don't do silver a lot on my channel or at all. So I've just went into the gray shimmer. It's called Snowflake, and I put that on my inner corner, and I decided I liked the look of it better when using my fingers, so I did that. And now I went into the shimmer shade called Blue Ice, and I just placed that in between the silver and that shade Gorgeous. It made the shimmers look better blended. Now using a pencil brush, I just picked up more of that shade Snowflake, and I'm placing it in the inner corner. I like using my inner corner shimmers without glitter glue. Here is the finished look before lashes and mascara. And here is the completed look once it was done. I really love this look so much. For liner, I used the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Crystal Crush, and I think it turned out freaking gorgeous. I think that colored liner really adds so much to the eye look, and I love it so much. I forgot I also used the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Icebreaker as well. Now, as for the giveaway, unfortunately, this giveaway will only be available to U.S. residents only. It is Christmas this month, and that limits my funds, and to ship things out to other countries is really expensive. I'm hoping that in some of my next giveaways, I'll be able to do that. But for this giveaway, I have 4 palettes, 3 of them being eyeshadow palettes. There's a whole bunch of lip products. The 2 main palettes in this giveaway box are some of my favorites. I've already showed you the chocolate martini, and here we have the wine. I'm just really excited to do this giveaway, and I'm so grateful to you guys for not only just subscribing, but for watching my videos and being a part of them in my comments. It really means so freaking much to me. You will never understand. But for this giveaway, I have everything linked down in the comments and in my description box. We are going to be doing this giveaway on a forum. That way I have all of your information and we don't have to worry about scammers, as I will be contacting you in the email address that you provide. All the rules and everything to be entered in the giveaway will be listed, and please make sure you read them. Make sure you are subscribed, as you have to be to enter the giveaway, and don't forget to turn on your subscriptions. I have information on how to do that. I'll need to be able to see that you are subscribed in order for you to be entered. I will be paying for the cost of shipping, and the giveaway closes on 12 p.m. EST on December the 15th, and I'll reach out to the winner and let them know. So be sure you check your email so you don't miss out. I will give the person 48 hours to respond, and if not, then I will have to choose another winner. But let's get into the second look. I know I talked over the part where I show you what's on my face. Just know that all of those products will be linked down below in the description box. As bad as I wanted to do another blue look, I know I just did 2 looks with the Winter Wonderland palette from Cosmic Brushes. So I wanted to do something a little more on the neutral side. And for that, I used my Sigma E54 medium sweeper, and I packed on this grungy green shade in the shade Softly. And I just put that on my outer corner, and then I blended it out with a medium blending brush. And then I added the shade Lemon Tart. It's misspelled in the palette, so I couldn't read it. But I added that in the inner corner with a large blending brush. And then I also used that same shade to blend out the Softly shade. And then I just went back in with that same E54 medium sweeper brush, and I re-intensified that shade Softly. And now that we're caught back up, I'm just going in to that same shade, and for that I'm using this large blending brush. This is the Sigma E54 Max, and I just use that to really blend out that shade Softly. I really love this eye look so much, and it was really easy for me to create it. Now using another medium sweeper brush, this one is from Dew Color. I just went into the shade Just Now, which is a really pretty light foresty green shade, and I just put that on my lower lash line. And now using that same brush, I'm going back into the shade Lemon Tart, and I just pressed that into the inner corner of my lower lash line, and now I'm using it to blend out the green shade. I decided I really love those two together, so using my Sigma E54 Max, the large blending brush, I picked up some more of it on the brush, and I'm just blending that into the eye look a little bit, and then I'm just using it to really blend out that outer corner and intensify it some. Now using a pencil brush. This is from the BH Cosmetics Say It collection. I've picked up the shade Night Sky. This is such a beautiful shade. It's like a really pretty blue-black. And I just put a little bit on my outer corner. I tried not to let myself get carried away with it, as I usually do, but I wanted to deepen the look up some. Now I'm using a small smudging brush. This one is from Dew Color as well. And I'm just placing that as close as I can to my lower lash line, and I'm bringing it out to the outer corner up top. And now I'm going back in with that Dew Color brush. I didn't add any product. I just used it to blend it out. Now going in with my NYX glitter glue, I'm using a flat shading brush. I just applied it to the lid where I plan on placing the shimmers. The shade that I'm using, its name is like butchered, so I can't even give you a shade name, but it's like a brownish gold shade. I'm just placing that on the outer portion of my lid where I plan on putting the lighter shade, and in between that and the mattes. And I'm just using the clean side of my brush to blend it out. That shade reminds me of an antique gold. But now I'm going into the shade Snow Light. It's a very light gold. It's so pretty. And I'm just placing that on my inner corner. And I decided I like it better with my finger. I feel that way pretty much about all of the Odens Eye shimmers. I think they look better applied with the finger than they do the brush. And it's a lot easier to make the shades blend into each other. Now using that BH Cosmetics pencil brush, I'm going back into the shade Night Sky. I just want the shade to blend into that antique gold shade a little bit more. Now I'm using a Glam Light, like it's a small shading brush. It's from the Friday the 13th collection, and I've just picked up a little bit more of the Snow Light shade, and I'm just using that as an inner corner highlight. Here is the finished look. I really love this, and the dark shade that I have in my outer corner, it's described as a blue-black, but it kind of looks turquoise to me. I just love the way that it looked with that yellow shade. It's not one that I don't think I would have put together on my own, but I was so happy with it. I really liked these two palettes, and like I said, I'd love to know if you guys were able to pick them up. If not, what do you plan on using to dupe it with to recreate these looks? Thank you guys so much for everything and for watching this video all the way to the end, and good luck during the giveaway. Bye!